Thanks for joining me for this strengthening practice. Today I have a chair and a yoga block. So let's get started. Warming ourselves up a little bit, bringing the hands together, walking the feet a bit, and then we'll do a few hip circles. Hands to the hips, just going around one way, and then shifting and going the other way. Nice and easy, getting the energy moving here. We'll do pulling prana next. Watch out for your chair. Many of you know this one. The arms come forward and back. Inhale and exhale. Then swaying like the bamboo from Qigong, side to side, open up between the rib cage. And then just rolling the shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to march in place here. And remember, you have the chair there if you need it. As we get a little more tricky, taking the arms up and one elbow to the opposite knee. It's a little bit of a crunch, you might say. You can have fisted hands or palms open. I like both ways. Side to side. Take some balance, take some focus, working those core muscles. Next, a little move that looks funny, but I think it's worthwhile. Out to the side with one knee and then the other. Getting pretty close to the elbow with the knee if you can, maybe touching. Side to side, keep it going, keep breathing, feeling good. And then a half sun salute down and up, and just pause for a moment. Check in with how you're feeling. All right, I'm going to use the block next. I'm putting it between my knees. It creates a nice parallel position for the thighs, and I'm feeling tall and steady here. I'm going to go into chair pose. So it's a little bit like a squat position. You can use the chair for stability. Down and up. And here we go. We'll have some fun. Down, holding. Lift the heels. You'll really feel it in your quadriceps, and you're using your core muscles. You're lifting your chest, relaxing your shoulders. Okay, relax your jaw also. Keep holding, keep breathing. My heels are still lifted here. I'm feeling it in my quadriceps. All good. A little bit longer, then plant the heels, come back up to stand tall and steady. And then we'll take the block between our hands. Now this is an isometric exercise, so that means I'm pressing the palms into the block. You won't see me moving much, but I'm pressing and releasing the palms into the block, feeling it in my wrists, my shoulders, a little bit in my chest as well. Okay, now we're going to take the block. Here's where we really start having fun. See if you can balance it on the top of your head. You could always do this with a book if you don't have a block. Engage the core so you can stand nice and tall. And if you feel like it, join me in taking a little stroll. Just walking around your yoga space. Seeing if you can keep that block on the top of your head. So we're all about as tall as we can be here. I've gotten back to this one recently. I really like it for posture, alignment, and finding my full height. All good. I'm going to take that block down, put it down for a little bit, take a moment, again, let your body adjust. We'll use the chair next. We'll have the palms to the seat of the chair, and this first exercise could be done with a hand weight. Well, I'm going to do a downward dog to begin with. And then we'll shift forward so that the shoulders are over the wrists. It's a little bit of a chair table pose. So this one could be done with a hand weight. I'm doing it kind of quickly because I have no weight in my hand. But up and down, it's good for the shoulders. And again, if you had a weight, it would be definitely a little bit more of a strengthening activity. So bend and straighten, one arm and then the other in your table position. And then this is a donkey kick. Many of you know I like this move a lot. It's really good for the gluteal muscles. So kick, kick, kick. Your leg is bent, your foot is flexed. We'll do both sides. Okay, donkey kick to side 2. Keep the face relaxed, keep the jaw relaxed. There we go. 2 feet to the floor. I'm going to walk on back again to downward dog. This is a great stretch, elongating the spine. We're going to shift to plank pose. I have a few of these poses in this practice today. See how you feel, the shoulders over the wrists. I'm going to repeat the donkey kick in the chair plank position. Powers things up a bit. Same idea here. The leg is bent, the foot is flexed. We're kind of doing a little kick, a little pumping of one leg and then the other. Ooh, getting nice and warm. Back to downward dog. This is a resting position at this point. And then just relax the wrists. Breathe in, breathe out. We can recalibrate here. Check in with how we're feeling. If all is well, I'll go through table pose, back to downward dog, stretch it out. Another plank pose. This is a strengthening practice after all. And then actually here I'm going to keep my legs straight, but my foot is lifted off the floor. It doesn't look that difficult, but you'll feel it. It is quite a challenge, in fact. Okay, second side. Nice and straight and steady. One foot off the floor. Our second side here. Having fun. I'm going to stretch on back to downward dog. I have another plank. And then an upward facing dog, a little bit like a cobra pose. This is a back bend. Some people like it. Not everybody does. Okay, plank. And then hips come forward, shoulders roll back. Let's just call it a cobra pose. Back to downward dog. And then we'll come carefully up to standing. Big breath in, interlace the hands at the heart. A very comforting hand gesture, preparing us for the rest of the practice, which involves coming down to a seated position. So let's adjust our chairs. I'm going to use the block. You can always pause the video if you need a little more time to transition. I've come a little bit forward on the chair. The block is between my knees. I'm going to lean forward, lift the arms, and then lean back. And as I'm doing this, I'm taking the heels off the floor and then the toes. Okay, you'll feel it in your tummy muscles. Back and forth, breathe in, breathe out. Has a nice fluid quality to it, but it does have a strengthening effect as well. Now we'll come back to a seated position. We have the block in place, and everybody's favorite, boat pose, Navasana. It's somewhat challenging with the block. You could remove the block, lean back a bit with the upper body, lift one foot and then the other off the floor. If you're up for a full boat position, try it with the block. Ooh, lift both feet at the same time, hold steady. All good. Bring your feet down. Check in with how you're feeling once again. And how about one more round of boat pose? So I'm going to lean back. If you don't want the block, you can remove it. Lift one foot and then the other off the floor. Or both feet lifted, balancing on the base of the pelvis. A little bit longer here. And then down with the feet to the floor. Check in with how you're feeling in your wrists. And we'll prepare for upward table. We press into the hands, lift the hips off the chair, gaze towards the ceiling. This is very strengthening, and it's going to get more strengthening still as we remove the block, go back to upward table, perhaps lift one foot off the floor and back 2, 3, or 4 times. We could call it a little stomp if you'd like. Up and down, one foot and then the other. The chest is lifted. We'll take a breather, relax the wrists, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, a little bit more with upward table. Plant the feet, position yourself, make sure your chair is steady. Ooh, I'm straightening the leg, my foot is flexed. I'm trying to do this slowly, lowering and lifting the straight leg, heel to the floor. Second side, down and up, down and up. Okay, another little rest here. Circle the hands. Ooh, we'll do a little bear hug. Wrapping your arms around you, coming forward. We all need a nice little hug from time to time. We'll do 2 rounds of that. And then come back up. All right, we're not done yet. We're going to take the hands to the seat of the chair, back to upward table. And I'm going to do a tricep push-up. You really need to listen to your shoulders on this one, but even a few of these have a really great effect for strengthening muscles and bones. So I try to do it from time to time. It's a challenge, but it's good for us. And then back to seated. Let's consider a forward fold here. You can take your feet a little wider apart. Maybe you go part way down. Maybe you slide the hands down the legs and just go with gravity. Let let your head go towards the earth. Feel a nice stretch in your back. When you're ready to come up, make it a slow, careful transition. Oh, we're good and strong. We did a lot of good work today. And I just remembered my fuzzy socks. We're preparing for relaxation and we want to be comfortable. So dim the lights, bring yourself forward on your chair, make sure you're warm enough. Maybe one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly. Ooh, feel your breath. Just appreciate your body, all the work you've done. With the eyes soft or maybe closed, breathe in and breathe out. We're going to take a little time to relax and to digest what we've done. Nothing to fix or figure out, nothing to accomplish or achieve. Just taking this time to drop back, to release, to relax, and to let go completely. When you're ready to come back, just attune to your body and your breath. Move your hands a little bit, move your feet, blink, and adjust to the light of your yoga space. And I'm just going to lift the arms here, opening to all good things, sending some good energy out into the world today. We'll finish bringing the hands to the heart center. Thank you all so much for joining me. I think it's been fun. We've gotten stronger. Have a great day. And of course, I'll see you again soon.